Hey everyone, Tenja here, and in today's video, we'll look at July 9th to July 15th and see what I did in World of Warcraft. So at the time of putting this video together, we have about one more week before we're going to see the pre-patch. I've been spending a lot of my time working on cleaning up my banks, my bags, and my quest logs. I have a lot of characters, so this is a pretty long process for me, and it's worked out pretty well so far. I figure with one more week, I should have them all done before the pre-patch is here. So I'll just keep working on it, and hopefully have it all done. Oh, and I did head over to Argus and do some more fishing over there. I made it just past 700 casts, and I finally caught the pond Ny'alotha. This is a pretty neat little mount. The only problem I have, it's an underwater mount only, so it was kind of disappointing because I thought it'd be able to fly too. But besides that, the biggest thing I did was continue to work on my weekly mount farms. So let's take a look at them and see how I did. So like every week, I started off my week as I normally do. I headed over to Antorus, the Burning Throne, located in the Argus Zone. Out of here, I'm after the Sychte of the Unmaker, and for that I have to kill the end boss, Argus the Unmaker. Once I got over there, I worked my way back to him and took him down. This is a pretty easy solo raid, so it shouldn't take you too long. With my kill on him this week, I got attempt number 118. I didn't see this drop, so I'll be back here next week. Next up, I started my first mount farm. That takes place in Kasavej, the Wild Market, and out of here I'm after the Cartel Master's Gearglider. For this you have to work your way back to Solea and take him down. He's the end boss of this raid, and again this isn't too bad, it's pretty easy to solo. With taking him down this week, I got attempt number 18 on the mount, but I didn't see it drop, so I'll be back here next week, and hopefully I have a little better luck then. Next on my list, I headed over to Ny'alotha, the Waking City. Out of here I'm after the Ny'alotha Allseer. This drops off of Zareth the Corruptor. He's the final boss in here, and he can be a bit of a pain. He has a lot of hit points, and you still have to follow some of the mechanics. But as long as you do everything right, you'll take him down like I did. This week I got attempt number 5 on this mount. I didn't see it drop, so it's one I'll have to come back to again next week. The next two mounts I farmed from the same raid, and that is the Sanctum of Domination. For the Sanctum Gloomcharger, which I went after first, I normally just do this on LFR. It's not too hard to do at the moment, so it doesn't take me too much time. Once I get in there, I work my way back to the 9, take him down, and I got attempt number 30 on the Gloomcharger. I didn't see it drop, so it's another one I'll have to come back to next week. The second mount I farm out of the Sanctum of Domination is Vengence. This one drops in the Mythic version only, so to do this, I have to find a group in Group Finder. I can't solo it. Once I find a group, then I normally look for a group that does a skip, because I don't need any items out of here. We head in and we head back to Sylvanas Windrunner. We take her down, and I get attempt number 15 on the mount this week. Again, I didn't see it drop, so I'll be back here again next week. Now I worked my way over to the Sepulcher of the first one. This is another one I have to do on Mythic, so it's another one I have to find a group in Group Finder for. And again, I normally look for a skip group on this. Once I do find a group for this, I head in and I work my way back to the jailer. Taking him down gives me attempt number 16 for the Zareth Overseer. I didn't see it drop again this week, so it's another one I'll be back for next week. Finally, the last mount I went after was G.M.O.D, but I do this just a little bit different. I'm doing this as a multi-character farm, and if you're not sure what that means, it's where I take 13 characters every week to the same raid or dungeon till I see the item or mount I'm looking for drop. So let's take a look and see how I did. Well, after 5 weeks of multi-character farming this and 108 attempts in total, we got the mount. Pretty happy. I've been wanting this one for quite a while. I thought it was one of the nicer ones I was farming, and I'm glad it's done. Just in case you're wondering, this is what it looks like, and as you can see, it's just a giant power armor, but it still looks pretty awesome. Hopefully it has a really good dynamic flying animation, because I'll be using it all the time if it does. And if you're wondering, this week's transmog is the Irons of the Onyx Crucible. This initially dropped in Arborist, the Shadowed Crucible, and depending on what set you want, depends on what difficulty you have to do this on. Going from the left to the right, we have Looking for Raid, Normal, Heroic, and Mythic. Of the four, I really like the Heroic and the Normal versions. I think they look really sharp, and you can't go wrong using them as transmogs. So if these are something you haven't got yet, and there's something you want, they should be pretty easy to farm up at this point in time. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. You can click on subscribe. Thanks for coming by and watching it. I'm going to send a hi out to my best friend, and you all take care.